Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Gould, and I have the privilege of directing this group in front of you, Vocal Jazz. What we've actually done in the past, it seems a little early to be, we're not really farewelling our Year 12s at this gig, but it is the last gig that we have the opportunity to acknowledge them to a public audience, because their next concert's carols, and it kind of doesn't fit in with the whole sitting on the Westminster Green singing Christmas carols, and we stop to farewell our Year 12s. So, they are not aware this is happening, but if the Year 12s, so Jan, Aidan, Janelle, Emma, Mercedes and Stella could just step forward, give them a big cheer. Something about each of them. I remember when Jan, I'll start with Jan in the centre, the one that's looking like he doesn't want me to talk about him at all, really. That's great. Just look at it, everyone, and smile. Give him a wave. This is Jan, everybody. Yeah, right. Okay. I remember after his audition, him saying, I just want to make the most of every opportunity in Year 12, and it's been great having his very low bass voice in our group this year. And he certainly has been making the most of every opportunity. I'm pretty sure sometimes he's sleepwalking around the school because he's taken so many opportunities that there's always something on the go with Jan, but it's been fantastic to have you in the group, Jan, even if it has just been for this last year. So can we please thank Jan? Our newest member of the group, Aidan, give him a wave, Aidan. They'll probably work Daniel Aidan, but anyway. Aidan actually joined during this year, and as many of you would know, we did a musical in term one, and at the end of that we actually did another audition round to invite students into West Direction, which is the group you've obviously just seen perform. And no offence to anybody in the room, but if you can look at Aidan as a Year 12 strapping young man and the students in West Direction, when he said I was still on audition, I was like, okay, kind of, But when he auditioned, it gave me great delight to be able to say to him, do you know what, come into Vocal Jazz, because his commitment to wanting to be here and be part of the group, even if it was just for the last 2 and a bit terms of his schooling life, it's been great, and I'm sure Jan has much appreciated not being the only, do I say true bass? I don't know what I say, but the only real bass in the group. So Aidan, it's been great having you join us, even if it was just for a short time, so thank you very much, Aidan. Then we have just looking at my list, who do I go to next? Then we have our triple threat girl, Mercedes. Mercedes came up to me last year, during the year at some point. I hope I've got these timelines correct. And she wanted to join the choir. And she wanted to join the choir because I think I'm right in saying kind of performing arts and pursuing that. Is that still the plan? I hope. So pursuing it, and it was almost like a recognition of, if I want to take this path seriously, I need to join the choir. Had singing lessons, joined the choir last year. Straight away was just one of those students that just vocally led. And I'm not saying you made many mistakes, but even if it was a mistake, we heard it loud and proud. And can I just say to all the students out there, that is what we want. We want loud and proud mistakes, because then we fix them and she sounds magnificent in the group. And she really has contributed vocally in the school ever since then, and then this year has been part of our Vocal Jazz ensemble and has just made a fantastic contribution. And I hope this triple threat thing that you're pursuing is successful for you. So thank you, Mercedes. Emma Deering. Emma is just one of those, she's always there, she's the quiet achiever, she's academically, well, beyond me, but that's not actually very hard, so. But she's just a really dedicated student, and the amount of things that she fits in and still dedicates herself to so many of our music groups. And she was in Vocal Jazz 2, and that's what it was called, and did a few years there. And in this last couple of years has just been, she's just always there. And even when she's not there, quite a few of these students, since those COVID times of online, she'll send me a message, I'm homesick today, but I'll come in on the Teams meeting or the Zoom, whatever, and she sits, and quite a few of these students in front of you actually just sit at home still listening to our rehearsal, and Emma is definitely one of those students, and it's been great having her in the group and just having her reliability and stability in the group and making sure she learns those parts. So thank you very much, Emma, for everything that you contribute. And Janelle. Now, in a good way again, it kind of feels like Janelle's been around a little bit longer than 3 years, but boy oh boy, in that 3 years, the growth I have seen in Janelle has been absolutely amazing. From being in year 10 where she was going to join a couple of things, and then it was, I can't even imagine what it's like to come to a school and move away from home. She's been a boarder and having to just deal with all of those things in year 10, and she just knew what she could handle in year 10, and boy, by year 12, she has just taken it all on. Again, was in the musical, and when I go into, she's actually, I know this is not senior vocal, but she's my senior vocal ensemble leader, and you go into rehearsals in the morning and all the year 7s and year 8s are coming up to her and saying hello and giving her a hug, and it's like the highlight of their morning because come to see Janelle and all of those things, and she's just worked so hard to now be in vocal jazz, doing it as an ensemble. You see, actually, hands up, who else has been doing it as an ensemble this year? For stage 2, there's a few year 11s as well. But you are just so much part of the Westminster music family, and you have made such a great contribution, and everybody just loves you. So thank you, Janelle. And last but not least, Stella. I could actually probably walk out of the room right now and it would be okay because Stella's here. And throughout this year, in terms of leadership, she has been absolutely outstanding. I'll send out a new chart, and within no time at all, she says, I've made practice tracks for everybody. I'll email them and I'll do this and I'll do this. Runs rehearsals if I can't be there. I was going to say I'm hardly not there, except for the last rehearsal before this gig, minor detail. But that's the trust I can put in Stella. Most of you would have seen at Music Night, Stella took my job. She conducted the last item of the night, and I honestly don't think there is too much I can say about Stella. I could be here all night. She's an outstanding young lady, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. If you need to, you can come and take my job. Okay. So congratulations, thank you. I'd also love to, Mike's probably standing over there going, and you thought you couldn't say anything, or you talk too much or something. So apologies if I've talked too long. I will now introduce the group. Oh, thank you, year 12s, as they go back to their spot. We have 2 pieces to perform for you now. Our first one is California Dreaming, that again we did at Music Night. And this will feature a solo by Hugh. I was about to say, Hugh, come on down. So Hugh is going to solo in this, and it's just so cool having a fantastic player like Hugh join us and just add that bit more to our number. And then we will be doing Fragile, a piece made famous by Sting, which will feature Juliet on vocals to start. Who I think is Charlotte's really good friend. And Juliet is better be good now, far out. And then we will also be welcomed by Shaylin and Joe, who are going to join us for that item. And I would also, okay, cheer for the boys. And now if you could just all bob down. I'd really like to thank too Paul, John and Michaela, our very faithful rhythm section, who will also be accompanying us.
But